look at the bloody Perth airport. It seems like yesterday that we were just here, but it was actually more like 5 months ago. Man, time flies.
How about you pass your vaccination proof, please?
Oh.
COVID proof?
Yep. I have this document. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, she's like, is Ling coming?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
no. Our working holiday visa officially comes to an end at the end of this month. That'll mark the 1-year anniversary from when we arrived in Australia. The thing is, we're not done traveling Australia. So the cheapest thing to do is to get an offshore tourist visa. Backpackers will typically fly to New Zealand, stay there for a bit, or go to Bali because it's cheap, have a little vacay, and then apply while they're there for an Australian ETA, which is basically a tourist visa, SUBCLASS 601. And that will allow them to return back to Australia. They won't have any more working rights, but they'll at least be able to stay in Australia for, I think, 6 months. You have to leave and apply outside of the country. I've traveled to 26 countries in my lifetime. And every single one of those countries, I've either been with my family, my mates, or Ling, who's been my travel partner throughout New Zealand and Australia. I'm going to Indonesia, but I'm going to be going by myself. Now, this wasn't planned at all. We're Sunday, and this is something that we just realized Tuesday, that Ling wouldn't be able to come to Bali.
I put up a posting on Australian Backpackers Facebook group asking like, oh, does anyone have experience about, flying to Bali, applying for the tourist visa? Because I only have 4 months left on my passport. All the comments came back saying, if you only have 4 months on your passport, you won't make it into Bali. Bali has a really strict 6-month validity requirement on passports. I reached out to the Canadian Embassy in Australia, the Canadian Embassy in Indonesia, the Indonesian Embassy in Canada, and yeah, they all came back saying that 6 months was required.
And she also went physically to the Indonesian Embassy in Perth, and they just shut her down straight away.
I told them,
which was absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
That was the death of a dream. Like, the Indonesian Embassy says there's no other route that you could take to get into Indonesia. It's pretty much it. There's like nothing else you can do.
It's taken maybe 4 or 5 days for me to get to this point, but I've accepted it. So now I'm going 3 days to the Gold Coast, 1 day or 2 days in Brisbane, and then 7 days in New Zealand.
And while Ling's doing all that, I'll be in Bali for 2 weeks, and then we're gonna reunite in Cairns. Ling and I were like conjoined twins. We're always together. Every waking moment we're together. So this is gonna be an interesting experiment, needless to say.
It'll be a good growth opportunity, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, distance does make the heart grow fonder.
I might show up in Cairns and be like, I don't want to travel with you anymore.
Or I might come back from Bali like, I want to stay here. I actually like traveling alone. We're gonna get used to not being with each other, that we'll have to go through another readjustment period of just being together when we're in Cairns.
This might be my face when I see you again in Cairns.
These 2 weeks are gonna fly right by.
Have the time of your life on the trip. That was my idea. Love you.
Bye. See ya. Yeah. Bye.
You can use the camera here.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Turkeys can give for other guests to proceed to their seats and please be seated according to seat numbers and boarding process.
Untuk alasan keamanan dan keselamatan, awak kabin kami akan memulai proses penghitungan jumlah.
Preparation for takeoff. Please be informed that destroying, disabling, or tampering with the smoke detector is not
about 12:47. There was a bit of a delay, about a 35-minute delay, but we just touched down in Ngurah Rai Airport and we are in Bali. As soon as I got off that plane, it was just like just that familiar, heavy, humid feeling that I haven't felt since the Philippines. That's how you know that we're not in Kansas anymore. This is a beauty of an airport. I don't know what I was expecting, but this is way nicer and way more ornate. But we are set up, guys. I exchanged my monies. I got my SIM card, so let's go.
You have already internet, sir?
Yes, yeah, I'm all set up.
Because my internet finished, you can show me by Google Map. You have Google Map, yeah?
Yeah.
Go Padma, man.
It's pretty quiet now, eh, in Bali?
Yeah?
It's quiet now, not a lot of tourists.
Quiet, sir. You show me in Google Map, yeah? I know your address, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not sure your hotel.
Yeah, I'll show you how to get there.
Your destination is on the left.
So that's 223.
Yeah.
Alright, 23,000.
This is 24.
This is
Yeah. This is 20.
yeah.
2024.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah?
Thank you. Yes, I'm here. Royal Twinjung. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. Let's just do a quick tour, shall we, of this room at the Royal Tunjung Hotel and Villa. So this here be the main room. This is where I'm gonna be for 4 nights. I think this is a real flower. Yeah, it's a real flower. Nice touch, Royal Tunjung. All right, so to get to the bathroom, you slide this bad boy to the side. Look at that, hand carved. You don't find this type of aesthetic at the Holiday Inn, and that's where I'm gonna be shitting. Oh, look at that! Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. I'm so happy I'm back in Southeast Asia. Bidets. I'm an advocate for good anal hygiene, so I think that all toilets should have the little spray thing, you know? I mean, if you can't go all out and get those really high-tech Japanese toilets where you can control temperature of the seat, temperature of the water, it shoots air up so it dries you, and you can play music if you're like a little shit shy and you want to cover that up, you could, you know, just get a little nozzle and spray it out. So the first thing that we had to do when I passed through, is you have to buy what's called a visitor on arrival visa, and that costs 51 Australian dollars for 30 days stay in Indonesia. When you bring your Aussie dollar over to Bali, you live like a king. So I'm staying here for 4 nights, and the cost is 1,459,350 rupiah. But when you do the conversion, it's actually not as much as you think it is. So the equivalent of that is 141 Australian dollars. This is like a 3-star hotel. It's beautiful, and it's 35 bucks a night. Crazy. So he just converted 200 Australian dollars into 1.88 million rupiah. Like, what am I supposed to do with that big number? I'm gonna have to get used to it, but anyways. And when it comes time to pay for things, I feel like a 6-year-old child that's just been handed money, and I'm going to the store to buy candy and I'm counting coins for the first time. Do your homework, or if you're hearing this message now, you don't have to do your homework. Tell Comcell, they have a kiosk right outside. So you just go straight to them. I bought 18 gigs because that's gonna be more than enough for me anyways for 2 weeks, for the equivalent of about 25 Australian dollars. So I told the cab driver I need to get up to Seminyak. He suggested the equivalent of about 32 Australian dollars. Now I did my homework. It's not a very high price, but he was overshooting by at least 10 Australian dollars. So I said, I don't know about that. Then GoGet showed an amount of 225,000. So that's about $10 cheaper in Australian dollars than what he recommended. So we agreed on that price, and off we went. And I think we got from the airport to this hotel in about maybe 12 or 13 minutes, so. Maybe she passed out. I have a feeling she fell asleep. Oh no, she's awake! It is 2 in the morning right now, so I don't blame Ling if she's sleeping. I'm talking to the camera. All right, I'm gonna end the video now and just catch up with Ling and let her know everything that I just told you. Okay, bye.